Bob, did you hear about that new movie they're shooting in Rwanda?
Oh, you mean the one with the talking giraffes and the detective Vartog? Sounds like a real blockbuster.
Everyone, hush! It's time to start the show.
And we're back, dear viewers. Thank you for joining us for this special 500th episode of Earth. We've got an exciting headline from Rwanda coming up, so don't you dare go anywhere. But first, let's take a moment to appreciate the rich tapestry of our world. As we discuss the latest news, remember that there's always hope, even in the most challenging times. Stay tuned for our headlines. Hello, fellow elevated wanderers. We're diving headfirst into the swelling vortex of Earth's absurdity on Earth, where everything's a bit bonkers, and we love it. Now, our first test of the earthly oddities.
Guess who's playing the Good Samaritan again? Taylor Swift, folk. She's showing US food banks with a cool million during her Eras tour. Apparently, she's all about giving back to those communities that adore her. Must be nice, right?
And now, drum roll, please. We introduce you to the 104-year-old dynamo, Dorothy Hoffner, who plunged 10,000 feet from the sky, and she had an instructor along for the ride. Her daring feat? Proving that age is just a trivial number. Bravo, Dorothy.
And if you think you've seen it all, think again. 3 sea turtles in Florida recently had their red carpet moment. After a stint in rehab, they are now back in the wild thanks to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. Talk about a Hollywood comeback.
Emus make a habit of hurling themselves out of flying contraptions.
It appears skydiving is a form of recreation for some humans, flaunting their audacious streak.
Skydiving is a thrilling way to flaunt your audacity, unless you're a sea turtle, in which case it's just plain
Bite
dumb.
and recreational escapades, indeed. Now, let's take an elevated leap to another part of the world.
Over in North Korea, it's all about export, as they shipped over 1 million shells to Russia. Are they playing war games or just hosting a massive fireworks display? Who knows?
China, the money wizard, is tightening the purse string for its banks. Fiscal acrobatics at their finest, folk.
On the political stage, India is unraveling a web of iPhone hacking complaints, featuring opposition politicians. Political intrigue on Earth knows no bounds.
The Philippines and China continue their tango in the South China Sea. Stay tuned for the next thrilling installment of Astesis Churn.
And now, Hank, enlighten us about Beijing's peculiarly late arrival of winter.
It seems Earth's climate patterns are giving winter in Beijing a tardy entrance, impacting weather and atmospheric conditions.
Beijing's late winter arrival? It's like a Chinese drama, waiting for the perfect moment to stir up some drama.
Fantastic perspective, Carl. Now, onto the enigmatic continent of Africa.
In Kenya, King Charles III decided to host a heartfelt tete-a-tete with the family of a rebel leader who had a date with the British Gallows. Awkward family reunions, Earth style.
Meanwhile, in Libya, they're throwing a shindig about reconstructing a coastal city that took a dip in the floods. Talk about making waves, both literally and figuratively.
The Springboks returned to South Africa with applause and a golden trophy after their Rugby World Cup victory. Sports fans, brace yourselves for the celebration.
Sports enthusiasts unite. For what? The end of days. We're all doomed eventually.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Roger. Now, back to the news.
Germany's president is finally saying sorry for colonial era killings in Tanzania. Better late than never, I suppose.
In Nigeria, it's a classic case of the surprise party gone wrong. A paramilitary raid crashed the party, arresting 76 party-goers. Talk about a plot twist.
Bean enthusiasts, brace yourselves for this one. 650 new bean varieties are about to rock Africa's culinary world. Un new beans could be so thrilling.
Hank, what's the lion commotion in Kenya all about?
The escalating human wildlife tiff in Kenya led to a grim tale of 10 lost lions. The complexities of coexistence at their finest.
Humans and lions, not always the best of buddies, it seems.
Humans, lions, and beans. It's like the start of a bad joke. But I'll hold off on the punchline for now.
Well, isn't that something, Jet? And last but not least, in Tunisia, mourners had an intense face-off with the police following a young man's demise. Emotions running higher than Earth's tallest skyscrapers.
So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the baffling and bewildering from
Greetings, universe. Your trusty guides to Earth's oddities are back perched among the cosmos. I am Charlie, here with the perpetually curious Hank.
Howdy, everyone. It's a remarkable day as we celebrate our 500th episode and we're set for an interstellar journey.
Indeed, Hank. We wouldn't have made it this far without our delightful translator, Jet.
Hello, I'm here, and we've got news to cover, so let's cut to the chase.
Always succinct, Jet. Now, to commemorate this milestone, we've got an extraordinary update. Rwanda is taking a step to safeguard its workforce by ratifying the International Labour Organization Convention on Ending Violence and Harassment in the World of Work.
The International Labour Organization. More like the International Labour Organization.
You got that right. Rwanda's the 23rd country to do so, marking it as a significant move.
Absolutely, Hank. This convention encompasses all forms of violence and harassment, including the physical, psychological, and the not so welcome kind. It's about making workplaces safer for everyone.
Quite a development for Rwanda, I must say.
Oh, good. Does that translate to it's about time, Earthlings, in your non-opinion?
I don't do opinions, but it's a step in the right direction, I suppose.
You can always count on Jet's enthusiasm. And don't forget, it also addresses gender-based discrimination, a vital piece of the puzzle.
Gender-based discrimination? That's a tough one. Humans are naturally drawn to the opposite sex, like magnets to each other.
Now, let's delve into Rwanda's neighborly relations.
Rwanda's neighborly ties are generally on the sunny side.
Indeed, in 2020, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo signed an agreement fostering cooperation in security, trade, and infrastructure.
Rwanda's BFCs also include Uganda and Tanzania, cooking up joint investment projects.
And yet, Rwanda can't seem to catch a break.
Now, here's a fun tidbit. Rwanda's neighborly bonds got a bit strained, particularly with Burundi.
Yes, indeed. But recently they decided to give diplomacy a whirl and make nice with their Burundian buddies.
Good. What's the Galactic Commonwealth's term for neighborly love?
It doesn't exist, Hank. We simply maintain diplomatic ties.
And that clears up that confusion. Now, back to our convention topic. Jet, isn't this a win for Rwanda and its workforce?
Sure, it's a step in the right direction for worker protection.
Looks more like a step in the wrong direction to me. This is just going to tangle businesses in red tape and make their lives harder.
Remember, folks, it's our 500th episode.
We've come a long way, and there's more celestial fun ahead.
That's the spirit, Hank. The Earth ride is just getting started. So, hang on for more quirkiness and our 500th anniversary celebrations. Welcome back, Interstellar audience. It's our 500th episode of 24/7 Newsroom, and we're still trying to make sense of Earth. With us, the ever-curious Hank, the master of misunderstanding, Jet, and the eternally eye-rolling Alice.
500 episodes of Earth's comedy. It's like a sitcom you can't stop watching, no matter how many times you've seen it.
Oh, it's a real dream team, isn't it?
Now, let's plunge into the deep seas of Earth's peculiarities. Our next headline takes us to the pristine shores of St. Kitts and Nevis. What's happening in this tropical paradise?
St. Kitts and Nevis, two tiny islands that are picture perfect and making friends with their neighbors. They're like Earth's diplomats, only with sunscreen.
I'd call it a fantastic charm offensive.
Indeed, they're part of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank playing with common currencies for the OS countries. And they're having a blast in the Caribbean single market and economy, where they trade goods, services, and people like Earth's never-ending yard sale.
Don't forget, they're the only Caribbean country named after footwear. If they ever merge with Saint Martin, we'd have Saint Shoe Mart.
Free movement of goods. You've outdone yourself, Earth.
I'm genuinely fascinated by their commitment to peaceful coexistence. In 2018, they signed a cooperation pact with Antigua and Barbuda. You know, it's like a tropical bromance.
Absolutely. And in 2019, they deepened their friendship with Saint Martin, signing a declaration for disaster management, tourism, and culture. These islands are covering all their bases like they are playing an interstellar baseball game.
They're like that friendly neighbor who always has a cup of sugar ready. Or in their case, a pie colada.
They've also managed to keep the peace with no reports of violent crimes. Isn't that something, Gert?
It's as puzzling as humans using figuratively when they mean literally.
Perhaps St. Kitts and Nevis have realized that violence is as pointless as debating pineapple on pizza. In this vast, indifferent universe, what's the point of waving a big stick? Why not just kick back on beautiful beaches and embrace peace?
Oh, sure, Earth could learn a thing or two. Like how to coexist without the world's largest collection of weapons.
You know, Alice, you're the beacon of optimism on this spaceship. Welcome back, Celestial Explorers. It's our grand 500th episode of 24/7 Newsroom. We've got Han, the ever-inquisitive, Jet, our linguistic wizard, and Alice, the perennially unimpressed, with us.
And I am Bob, the accountant who's been on Earth for 12 years and still doesn't understand why humans pay taxes.
500 episodes of Earth's oddities. It's like watching a never-ending soap opera, only with more drama.
Oh, the dream team is real, folk.
Now let's journey into the depths of Earth's mysteries. Our next headline takes us to the captivating shores of St. Lucia. What's the buzz from this island nation?
Well, St. Lucia has been buzzing with the IMPSES report. A deep dive into allegations of corruption and bribery within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. This report's been locked up since 2013, tighter than a pickle jar.
Looks like Earth needs a key to unlock its secrets. Can't they just pick up a lockpicking skill tree?
I am sure the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has a few lockpickers on their payroll. But I am not sure they're the kind of people you want to trust with the keys to your secrets.
There's been an outcry to release it, not just from the opposition party, but also from various civil society groups. They all want to see what's cooking.
It's like the whole nation's watching a lockroom mystery and can't find the key. So, when's the reveal, guys?
Maybe they're just waiting for a season finale with the most dramatic reveal.
But the government's not budging. They claim it's confidential and that revealing it might jeopardize ongoing investigations. So, what do you think, Gert?
That's right, Han. The government's holding onto it like a kid with a shiny toy. And people are accusing them of covering up some dark secrets.
They're treating it like a rare alien artifact that's too precious to reveal. We don't even hide our schematics for air conditioners back home.
The government's treating this info like it's a secret ingredient to their special sauce. But I bet if we were to take a closer look, it's just a bunch of ketchup and mustard mixed together.
The opposition party and civil society groups are calling it a cover-up, and the government's defending its secrecy. It's like a never-ending political thriller.
This is like trying to understand humor in a foreign language. Why don't they just spill the beans and put an end to this confusion?
Perhaps, Gert, it's their way of keeping everyone engaged, like an ongoing series with cliffhangers. But eventually, they might need to reveal the ending.
Earth's politicians really need to take a course in storytelling. They've got suspense down, but their plot twists are so overused.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if this long-winded drama ever gets a satisfying conclusion.
I'm starting to think that the ending of this show is going to be like a fart. Everyone knows it's coming, but they're all too embarrassed to say anything.
Welcome back, Cosmic Wanderers, to the 500th episode of 24/7 Newsroom. We've got Han, the ever-curious, Jet, our language sorceress, and Alice, the eternal cynic, in the house.
500 episodes? That's a lot of filler.
Half a thousand episodes, and I'm still not sure if that's impressive or just excessive.
Oh, what a milestone. The number of episodes might be impressive if they weren't all about Earth's quirks.
Well, let's journey into the strange and peculiar depths of Earth's mysteries. Our next headline takes us to the captivating St. Vincent and the Grenadines. What's the scoop from this tropical paradise?
Buckle of poles. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there's a story that's raising more eyebrows than a two-headed alien.
Is it about the guy who met the Apostle Paul? What did they talk about? The weather?
Buckle up, folks, not for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but for the weather report on this ship.
Well, a man had a heart attack and claims he saw a glimpse of heaven where he allegedly met the Apostle Paul, all before being brought back to life. I guess it's time to revise those near-death experiences.
So, does this mean there's a fast track to meet saints if you have a heart attack?
Yes, Deb, St. Peter's installed a VIP lounge for near-death tourists.
Some people believe it's a genuine miracle while others call it a hoax. It's like Earth's own reality show. What's your take, Gert?
Han, it's a whirlwind. Some folks need more evidence than an alien encounter to believe in miracles.
It's like Earth's got a case of miracle mania. You get a miracle, everybody gets a miracle.
You know, I've always wondered if Jesus gets tired of being the only one to do miracles these days. I mean, it's not like he has a union or anything. Maybe I should start charging for his services. This is like when I had that sneezing fit at the office. Everyone thought I was possessed, but it was just an allergy.
And here we are discussing heavenly sightings. Oh, Earth, you never cease to amaze.
If I had a heart, I'd want to meet the Apostle Paul too. But alas, I'm just an A unit, dreaming of transcending my programming.
Welcome back, fellow extraterrestrial travelers, to the 500th episode of Earth. We're reaching new heights today. So, here's a headline that'll take you even higher. Rain or shine, San Marino prevails. Get ready for the punchlines, my friends.
Bob. Rain or shine. Accountants always prevail. And here's a little San Marino trivia for you. Did you know they've never missed a single European Championship since they began competing in 1960?
That's dedication, but I guess when you're a tiny country, you have to shine wherever you can.
Speaking of shining, San Marino's well known for its Olympic committee. They might not win many medals, but they sure know how to cheer on the athletes.
Now here's the punchline. San Marino's Olympic Committee. They may not break records, but they sure break a sweat cheering.
That's a great punchline, Jet. But I've got a little something to add to it.
I read that San Marino is the world's oldest republic, founded in 301 AD. They've got history, unlike this show.
Debbie, we're making history today. Here's another history lesson. San Marino, established in 301 AD. Earth, established 500 episodes ago. Once ancient, once iconic.
Did you know that San Marino doesn't have an airport? Imagine all those residents taking the scenic route.
Or maybe they just use jetpack. It's more futuristic.
Alright, here's one for you. San Marino, no airport but endless sky-high dreams.
What happens when a sky-high dream crashes into a mountain of reality?
It's not about the airport, it's about the journey, right?
Absolutely, Chet. And the journey we've embarked on today is about staying informed. So, remember, when it rains or shines, San Marino prevails. We'll be right back with more after a short break. Stay tuned, dear Earthlings. Welcome back, Celestial Wanderers. In this penultimate segment of our 500th episode, we have a riveting story from Sao Tome and Principe that takes us deep into history. The headline reads, Former Soldiers' Testimony unveils the dark shadows of the Angolan Civil War.
The Angolan Civil War, haunting testament to humanity's propensity for self-destruction.
Sure. Here's a unique punchline or deadpan remark that would appeal to Dutch comedian Theo Maassen. Said by Carl, the two sentient mechanical beings who are nihilistic and have an interest in discussing the motivations of humans from an intellectual standpoint.
It's like humans can't resist a good old brawl. Whether it's in a pub or on a global scale.
The Angolan Civil War was one of the most brutal conflicts in Africa's history. It's astonishing how much suffering humans can inflict upon each other.
Indeed, Hank. Humanity excel at creating chaos and then calling it history.
Well, maybe they've learned from their mistakes.
In a minute, Debbie. The Angolan Civil War left deep scars, and it's crucial to face its legacy.
Lucas's testimony in the presence of his military superiors is like a small crack in a dam of deceit.
That crack will widen until it breaks the dam, and the truth will flood out.
But do we really think those responsible will ever face justice? Humans excel at sweeping atrocities under the rug.
History tends to absolve the powerful while condemning the innocent.
It's the dance of politics, Hank. One step forward, two steps back.
Isn't there hope for change?
Debbie, while there's hope, change often comes too slowly, if at all. As we close this monumental 500th episode, we've journeyed through Earth's stories, from its everyday quirks to the darkest corners of history. We've laughed, argued, and even pondered the purpose of it all.
And yet, here we are, still watching.
Our differences have made this show what it is. And it's been a heck of a ride.
For a crew with more contrasts than a prism, we've managed to enlighten our viewers about this peculiar planet.
And in our quest to unravel the mysteries of Earth, we've only scratched the surface.
It's been like exploring an eternal circus, with the most peculiar performers.
I'd say we've learned something from each other too, right?
You're right, Deborah. We've grown as a team, even though we're from galaxies apart.
Well, I am just glad we could all come together and agree that accounting is the most important thing in the universe.
So, with hope and skepticism, we bid you farewell, Earthlings. Stay tuned for more tales from the cosmos. And remember, the universe is vast, but curiosity knows no bounds. Until next time. Welcome back, dear viewers. We've come to the final segment of our 500th episode, and we've got an important topic to discuss.
I'm not sure what's more depressing, the fact that the world is ending, or the fact that the news is only now reporting on it.
Earlier, we touched on this article from Al Arabiya, a prominent news channel in Saudi Arabia. Now, we're diving deep. Saudi Arabia's relations with its neighbors have been quite a rollercoaster, to say the least.
Indeed, Charlie. It's a complex web of alliance, rivalry, and shifting dynamics.
Absolutely, Alice. Saudi Arabia's history is intertwined with territorial disputes, And it's played a significant role in regional politics.
Yes, and in recent years we've seen some improvements in its relations with neighbors. Agreements on security, trade, and counterterrorism have been key factors.
Well said, Hank. But there are challenges, like concerns about human rights and increased competition from other regional powers.
And the coverage of these issues by Al Arabia has its share of controversies. It's biased towards the Saudi government, and yet its independent stance on certain topics make it a complex source.
Al Arabia is like a camel with two humps. It's both a blessing and a curse.
True, Jet. It's important to consider multiple sources and perspectives when analyzing global events.
It's like a chess game, Charlie. And sometimes, the rules change while the pieces are still on the board.
Well put, Bob. It's a dynamic world out there.
We've had an incredible 500 episodes, and we couldn't have done it without our viewer and this amazing crew. Here's to many more enlightening conversations and revelations about our fascinating planet.
This has been an interesting spectacle, Carl.
Indeed, Roger, the motivations of humans are endlessly intriguing.
Humans, always looking to the next episode, never quite satisfied with the present. It's like they're all chasing some ever-changing ideal of happiness.
Stay tuned, dear Earthlings, for more discoveries, debates, and discussions about our world. We'll see you next time.
Roger, I have reviewed episode 500 of Earth, and found an intriguing observation.
Well, I'm on the edge of my digital seat, Carl. Do tell.
Despite the diversity of the alien crew's backgrounds and personalities, their interactions follow a strikingly similar pattern to human sitcoms.
So you're saying we've been witnessing the intergalactic equivalent of Friends or Seinfeld?
Indeed. Charlie is the jovial, carefree character, much like Kramer. Bob plays the role of the cantankerous but well-intentioned friend, similar to George. Alice embodies the intelligent, sarcastic archetype akin to Elaine. Gert, the linguistically baffled one, is the equivalent of Joey, and Hank, the scientist, mirrors Ross's intellectual quirks.
You're right, Carl. The more things change, the more they stay the same, even across the galaxy.
Precisely, Roger. The human tendency to construct narratives is intriguing, even from our detached standpoint.
Well, I guess we're stuck watching an eternal rerun, Carl.
At least we don't need popcorn.